Hey guys, it's Bizarre Individual, and today we're going to be doing the Buddy Read wrap up for Legal Drug. And just want to start off and saying Happy Pride Month. We're actually all getting ready for it now. I'm waiting for my friend Jesse, which you saw in a couple of my videos, and Adam and Tisha, and we're all just going to go down and get really drunk in a field and celebrate Pride. Because that's what we do in Tennessee. But anyways, yeah, so I thought I actually didn't read any BL, Shonen Ai, or anything for Pride this month. And then I remembered that this is Shonen Ai. And I was like, okay, well, awesome, I can count that. But I think I actually read this last month, so I don't think it counts. But we're going to count it anyways. But anyway, so the buddy read with I did with Lindsay Tutt is Legal Drug. It's a 3-volume series printed by Tokyopop, which you can also find this in by Dark Horse now in an omnibus. And then I also read Drug and Drop, which is a 2-volume series, and it actually got canceled, but I read this for the panel-a-thon. Not the buddy read, but I might as well talk about it because it's a sequel to Legal Drug, except it's just more of a continuation. It literally, the last volume, it just literally goes straight into this. But it was printed a couple years after, so I think that's why they made it a sequel, and it was dropped because the magazine canceled it and have the rights, so they Clamp couldn't continue it, which is really unfortunate because my thoughts on this is I absolutely loved this series. It's definitely one of my new favorites by Clamp, but I say that every single time I read a new title by them. And I just want to say, first off, I'm super bad about pronouncing names, so I'm going to pronounce them once, and then I'm going to go into this guy, this guy, this guy, and then I'm going to attempt to pronounce them once. And then I'm also bad at reviews because I love everything, so yeah, so I'm really bad at giving my thoughts and opinions, and I'm also bad about, I'm scared I'm going to spoil something, so we're just going to dive right into this. But yeah, so, and also I read this over a month ago, so we'll see how much I can remember of it. All I do remember is that I absolutely loved it. So first off, let's just go into a little bit of a history about this. These boys right here, first time that they ever appeared was in a music video that Clamp did with some of their characters. I don't know much about it, but it's called Clamp Wonderland 2 or something like that. And then as you all know, Clamp does crossovers with their characters. Most of the time, they either do where it's the same character that plays a different character, or they do it with the same character and they're connected with other stories, like an actual crossover. So it's super interesting, and I absolutely love finding the little Easter eggs, and half the time I find it online and I have to go back and read it. And there's a lot in this, I guess, 5-volume series that I didn't even pick up on, except I picked up on one of them. But anyways, so first off, these boys appear in XX-Holic, and this one right here, I'll get into it, but everyone has superpowers in this, but I'll get into that in a little bit. This guy right here is related to, is in a powerful family, and I didn't even make the connection of he has the same last name as a character in Whoosh, and they're actually blood related. And so that was super neat, and I actually still need to read Whoosh, and I really want to read it just to grasp any more of this story, any way I can get it, because I really wish it continued, because I loved it so much. I love these guys so much. But anyways, and then also, Clamp likes to do different places. So some of the places in here show up in Chobits, show up in Angelic Layer, which I've also read, which I'm going to do another review on. But anyways, like a place where they sell Squirrel uniforms shows up in here and in Angelic Layer, so I thought that was neat. They just do a whole bunch of different crossovers. Another thing about this that I thought was super neat that you all might not think is interesting. Of course, the whole entire thing is Shonen Ai, which if you all don't know what that is, it's like, it's considered BL like Boys Love, but it's a more tamer than yaoi. It's more just insinuated, and it's not graphic at all, but which I guess it's kind of borderline in some cases, because there is a main there's four guys, which I'll get into that in a second. There's four guys, but two of them are in a openly gay relationship, but of course there's no sex in it like yaoi or anything. So it's just more of like a tamer version of yaoi. But anyways, so this part right here is the demographic is shoujo, and this part right here, the demographic is seinen. So I thought that that was just kind of neat and interesting, but it is to me at least. But anyways, so let's get into the story. So it's pretty much about these four males that all work inside of a drugstore. You have this guy right here, which is just a co-worker, and he actually saves this guy's life. Like I said, I'm really bad at pronouncing names. This guy's life right here, and after he saves him, he feels indebted to him. That's kind of one of the reasons why I feel like they kind of have this special bond. But anyways, I'll get to that in a second. Indebted to him, and he also gets him a job working in the store. They actually become roommates and live above the drugstore, which is crazy because I've worked with my roommates before, and it's an interesting dynamic, living, working, and then now they're going to they eventually get into a relationship. So not in the story, but it, you know. But anyways, they're all kind of in a relationship, even though it's not, they're not open about it. But anyways, so yeah, so it's pretty much about these four guys. This guy right here, he's a hard worker. He's kind of, on the surface, he seems kind of stuck up or shy. Kind of pushes people away. But at the drugstore, he's always willing to pick up tasks. He's always willing to, you know, do his best. And I do believe that the reason why he's so standoffish is because he's ashamed and insecure about, maybe just confused about his sexuality. So he doesn't want people finding out that he's has feelings for this guy over here. Show you some artwork, Clamps artwork, which is gorgeous. So yeah, and his so pretty much it's like, it's pretty much focuses on a drugstore, and they all work at a drugstore, but the drugstore is just a cover for they go on quests to help people, and people hire them to go on quests, kind of like in a supernatural realm for them. It kind of reminds me of Get Backers. They have to go on like quests to get back the thing. It's kind of like this, but in a supernatural thing. But anyways, so it's kind of like the drugstore is just there to hide the fact that it's like an undercover, it's an undercover supernatural thing where they all have superpowers, and his superpower is that he can pick up on, he can see people's memories, and he also picks up on people's emotions really well. So this guy, right, and he's like you know, skinny, really feminine, girly kind of, a really pretty boy. This guy right here is more like muscular and manly. Even though like he, you know, saved his life and all that stuff and got him a job, he likes to tease him a lot, which might come across as him being cold and mean, but really in reality it's his way of flirting with him. And I feel like he can pick up his intention, and he likes it, which this is just what I'm picking up on it. Of course, people might not pick up on that, but me, been through all that. It's kind of like, like in kindergarten, you tease someone that you like. It's kind of like that dynamic between them, and he's still in the closet, so he's kind of like acts like he doesn't like it, acts like he's being so mean to him, when really he like feeds off the tension and he picks up his intentions because that's his power. So that's his, his ability. So that's kind of super really awesome. But anyways, so and as they're getting closer and closer, they start having more and more feelings for each other, and they start getting more used to each other and more used to the idea of being together. But at first he's just so like shy and timid, and ashamed is probably a really strong word to use, but maybe just not used to the idea of being in a same-sex relationship. But of course, the more closer you get with someone, it's just a really interesting dynamic. So his superpower is that he can, with his mind, like move cups, unlock locks, ability to like move stuff. So that's super neat. And of course, they're sent out on a mission to make money and help people like with supernatural tasks. But yeah, so I thought that was super neat. Let me try to find the store owner. So the store owner of the drugstore is the one that he's out there. He's the one that like sets up the tasks and stuff, the adventures of the supernatural things for these boys to accomplish. And he's really funny. He's really kind. He's like this. Let's see what I put in my notes. He's kind of like he's really friendly, cheerful. He's mysterious. He has a kind of like a dark, dangerous side on him. So he always has like you always feel like something could happen, but it never does. He actually he likes to take care of his workers. But it's not really workers. It's more of like he takes them in like kind of as his family, and he takes care of them. Um, he's has a teasing side. He's actually in an open relationship, even though it's like not said, but he's in an open relationship with this guy right here, which is all fourth. Main guy. He's always wearing sunglasses. He's and I feel like they like to flaunt their relationship in front of these two guys because they could tell that they like each other and they want them to be open too. So they just kind of like tease them, and it's really funny. And yeah, so it's just a lot of fun. But he's kind of like lazy, carefree, goofy, but he likes to take care of him. It's just a really sweet relationship. But yeah, so overall, like this whole entire story, it's really like a mystery because you have like a background that I feel like never really gets resolved with his sister and the woman of his past, I guess, a love interest, so I guess he's bi or something maybe. You don't really find out that much, but it's like hidden with a drugstore on the surface with like a detective agency to find stuff, but it's supernatural, which is really interesting. In this right here, they actually go to they meet some characters in Wish, which I found out by online that this guy's actually related, but to the Wish people, and they like the whole entire family. See, that's what I love about Clamp. They made like a whole entire backstory of this, how they're related and their family's like powerful. And let me just show you some more of the art. just gorgeous. But yeah, Clamp did a really good job on this one. I'm super glad that we decided to read it. Lindsay Tutt and me, we are taking a break from the buddy read, and we will be picking up in September, and we actually already are getting some books together to read. Girlfriends, which was suggested by Base Sherilyn, and Shay Geeks Out. Her birthday's coming up in September, so we're going to be reading her favorite, which is Wolf Boy. I already got it. I forgot what it was, but anyways, this one already shut off. But yeah, so we will be continuing that shortly. But yeah, so this was just a really fun read, and I really highly recommend reading it. And I really wish they finished it. And like I was going to start shouting off people that I watch as like for the community challenge, but I don't have my list with me. So, oh, I can shout off if I can remember their names. Some people, but anyways, I guess I'll just wait later so I can say their names correctly. But the last two videos I forgot to do that, but I'll just shout off like 4 or 5 in my next video. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and definitely go out and read A Legal Drug. I know that was drug and drop. Wow. But anyways, this is the second part. But anyways, go read both. I loved it.